In today's lesson, we're going to look at using a ratio to predict how much, if you have of one item, how much you need of the other item. So in the first example here, we've got a ratio of 3 to 1, so it's 3 parts flour to 1 part sugar. So it could be 3 grams to 1 gram or 3 kilograms to 1 kilogram. The units don't really matter right away. It just has to be, the flour has to be 3 times as much sugar. Now, as we can see here, we've got 3 bits of flour to 1 bit of sugar. We need to find out how much sugar you would need if you've got 600 grams. So you've got to think, what would you times 3 by to make 600? Well, 3 times 2 is 6. So 3 times 200 makes 600. So if we're multiplying that by 200, to get the correct amount of sugar, we've got to multiply that by 200 as well. So that tells us you need 200 grams of sugar. Now the next question, if you're making up a mixture of sand and cement for some building works, what you need to do is to follow the ratio depending on the consistency of the finished product that you're looking for. Here it tells you to use 1 part sand to 4 parts of cement, and we're starting off with 2 kilograms. So you've got to think, what would you times 1 by to make 2? Well, it's just 2. 1 times 2 makes 2. So you've got to times this by 2 as well. So 4 times 2 makes 8 kilograms. And in the next one, if you're going on a school trip, you can only have a certain number of pupils depending on how many teachers you have. So if you've got 1 teacher, you're allowed to take 10 pupils away with you. So if you've got 50 pupils, you've got to think, right, well, how many teachers do we have to have? You can't just have 1 teacher because that would break the rules. So you've got to think to yourself, what would you times 10 by to make 50? Or you can think of it as how many 10s make 50? Well, 10 times 5 is 50. So the number of teachers is 1 times 5. So if you've got 5 teachers, you can take 50 pupils. And last of all, if you want to make some green paint up, you'd mix yellow and blue together. And depending on the shade that you want to make, you're going to have different quantities of yellow and blue. So for this particular shade, it's 2 parts yellow and it is 3 parts blue. Now, if I want to make a larger quantity of paint, I want to have 12 parts blue. So I'm going to have more yellow if I want to have the same kind of colour overall. So I've got to think, what would I times 3 by to make 12? Well, that's 4. 3 times 4 makes 12. And to get the same shade, we've also got to times the amount of yellow that we use. So 2 times 4 would be 8. So it could be 2 litres to 3 litres, or 2 tins to 3 tins, or it could be 8 litres to 12 litres. Now this is going to give you a much larger quantity than if you only use 2 and 3, but it's still going to give you the same shade. So all you have to do is think, what would you multiply to go from here to here, and do the same on the other side.